Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is going to be my playthrough of Far Changing Tides, where I'll be showing you how to beat the levels, as well as where to find achievements. We're just starting off this level here in the water. It's going to give us a couple of controls at the start, like you can see there, WASD to move. We're just going to start swimming to the right to continue on with the level. For those of you that haven't played this is a game much like a lot of other games in the genre. It's kind of a puzzle solving to move forward sort of game. You'll start to see that pretty quickly, where there'll be some simpler puzzles that we have to solve to figure out how to advance in the level, and then it's going to escalate and it's going to get a bit harder. Some of this earlier stuff's probably not going to be something you really need, or maybe it will be, and that's totally fine too, and I'm here to help. Otherwise, some of the later stuff is definitely gonna get a bit trickier. A lot of my editing is taking out some of the extra parts where I was trying to solve pieces. So this is about as condensed as a version as you can get. It's just going to show you exactly where to go, try not to skip around too much, and exactly what you need to do in order to progress in the level. So you can see here I've been swimming a bit. I swam underwater for quite a bit of time, several times, and it doesn't seem to affect you from what I've seen so far in terms of dying, drowning. Not sure if it's possible. I haven't tested it too much, but I haven't seen it so far. So we're making our way into this building. It's our very first small little puzzle to kind of introduce us to the game. You can't move forwards and back in terms of getting closer or farther away from the camera. You just have to kind of go in a straight 2D line. So I had to jump over those holes where the stairs start. And we're just trying to get this block moved so we can grab this cable up here and open this window. Sorry, not cable, I should say button. And we're going to jump on this and move forward. I say cable because a lot of this game seems to be designed around different cables and things you have to grab or buttons you have to push. All so far have been highlighted in blue, so you can tell that there's some sort of something that needs to be done in the puzzle when you see those blue lit up, well, fluorescent blue objects. So you can see here that handle is a little bit blue, so I need to grab onto that to get inside the building. And we're just going to jump on the ladder and get up to the top of the building. Now that we're in, you can see there's two blue items in the bottom, and this is what I mean by there's going to be cables that we have to connect. So I just grabbed this object, and I actually didn't take it with me. I'm not entirely sure of its purpose. You could probably take it with you because you can keep it on your back while you're doing stuff. So you just want to grab this cable and get to the bottom of the water and attach it. And for me, these controls are pressing E. So you press E to grab the cable and you press E to attach it. That opened up the door and we can move on to the next area. And there is a bit of swimming, as you can see. I mean, not everything's side by side. So you do just have to swim around a little bit to get to the next areas on occasion. This is our big swimming portion so far. You'll see that a lot later on with the boat, mostly when we get to that point. And that's the achievement we're trying to go for first, is releasing our vessel, which is the main focal point of the game. So now we're in this big area with this door that we have to get through, and we're not ready to get through it just yet because we're gonna have to go grab some equipment. So you can see this pipe here. It's there's no water in the pipe, so we can just swim right in and continue to the bottom of this area. And we're just gonna go ahead and turn this on. I'll explain this more later, but one side, the left side, serves as a vacuuming function. The right side serves as a pouring out water function. So we're gonna turn on the vacuum, as you can see here, and suck out all the water. And then we're good to open this door and continue on. And when you jump into this machine here, this is going to give us our first equipment upgrade. You can see that we've got this piece of armor looking thing put onto us. And it's going to help us swim better, which you'll be able to see in a second. But for now, we're just going to go to the left here and go up to this hatch and try to open it. The water's going to come rushing in. It didn't occur to me to perhaps swim up through there. I'm not sure if you can. I just went back to where we started. And you can see that it's given us the option to press the space bar, press and hold it to propel. And that's what this does. It makes us swim really fast and propels us forward. Just in the water there. Now that we have that equipment, we can move right up to this door and continue on with the level. This is where we'll find our vessel. And this is where you're going to get the achievement cast off for releasing the vessel. So we're just going underwater here, and you can see the blue handle's lit up, so there's an object here we got to grab. So I just grab that and pull it out. And once it's released, it's going to float up to the surface, and we can use it to get on top of it to continue on the level once we move it to where we need it to go. So I'm just going to push it over to where I saw the boat, or first where this ladder is, so we can use it to jump up onto the ladder. Now we're on our boat. We're gonna have to get it started, and I just walked in, but there's nothing we can do inside yet, not until we progress a little farther on the campaign. And we're gonna climb up here to release the vessel to get it going for that achievement that I had mentioned, cast off. So how this boat works is there's this button below the mast that you have to push in that pulls up the mast to the very top, so it'll actually work, much like a mast on a pirate ship or a sailboat or something. Now that it's pushed up, you can see the sails there that we need to get into position. So you're just going to go ahead and jump onto the ladder and climb the sailboat to the top. We can see a cable there that we have to grab. We're going to jump off the left side, attach it, and our sails are ready to go, and this is the point where we start moving. And then we grab this this middle cable here, or this button, whatever you want to call it, that you can see I'm grabbing. We can't use it yet. You can see that we're right next to a building, so these sails are going to open now that we've gotten past the building, but at first we weren't able to open it because the building was blocking the sails. We want to put it right in the middle to adjust the sails to have the boat travel, and you can see the wind to the left of the sails too that's pushing us. I've sped up this part because you're actually taking quite a long time of just sailing and nothing really happening. It takes a while to get to different areas. And another thing I should mention is now that we've left home, you'll also get the achievement So It Begins. If you are achievement hunting, which I am. You can see the sails sort of get pushed behind us there. And I'm going to explain that in a second here. So you can see that we're hitting a bridge that our sails are too tall for. So we're actually going to hit the bridge. You can see the mast, there it goes. It starts to get put into its starting position. And now there's black steam coming out of the boat. Or black smoke, I should say. So you're going to hit parts like this where there's a bridge. And you're going to want to drop the mast as to not be breaking your boat, which is essentially what happened here. As well, you'll hit parts where building is going to be on the left hand side of the boat, on the back side of the screen, and with our sails sticking straight out to catch the wind, they're going to hit the building like it did just before this bridge when it was all sped up. In these instances as well, you just want to retract it so it doesn't hit things and break the boat. However, we're going to get to a part where we're going to get a repair tool, and you'll want to hit things to break the boat. And this will get you an achievement for fixing the boat 10 times. Which isn't possible quite yet. So we've hit the sawmill here. And you can see there's this lever that's going to retract that so we can continue on, and it breaks. So we're going to get this this lift here and push it to the far right. And you can see that there's logs above us. So I'm going to go ahead to this this switch here, and I'm going to move the logs so it's right where this saw blade is. Then I hit the button so the saw blade cuts in half and drops the logs. Now we have a jumping platform. So now we're going to grab it. We're going to pull it to the left because we need to get up into this building here. Pull as far as you can before that lever stops you, which I didn't quite there. You got to do a little bit more, but as you can see there, it will stop you. So we're jumping up and we're going to grab this, and this is our repair tool. And you can see those blue triangle shaped sort of bars on them. These are how much fuel we have left. So you're just going to run up to this thing that we broke right at the start. And you can see when I pick up this tool see that blue light coming out of it? This is actually repairing it. And I kept thinking you might need to press something, but it just does it automatically as soon as you run into something broken. You don't need to press anything, otherwise you drop the tool like I was doing. And now that it's repaired, we can grab it and we can retract the bridge so we can move on with the mission. And this will also get you the achievement Fixed It for repairing the lever at the sawmill. And so it makes you wonder, if you don't do it, like what's going to happen in the game, but you want to make sure you grab that repair tool and continue on to the boat. And you can see here, like I've got it here, and you could just go up to the black smoking mast, the base of the mast there, and repair it. And that's how you're going to get that achievement for repairing it 10 times. Repairing the boat 10 times. I didn't test if you could just reset the mission and just keep doing it over and over. I would imagine you can, but I'm just going to get it as I play through. Now that we're clear to the building again, you can see we're raising the mast, getting the sail out. We can move on with the mission. Or the campaign, I should say. There's no like specific missions, as I would call them, with titles or anything. There's just like save points. So one's at the sawmill, one's going to be at the next spot, which we'll get to, and I'm not going to talk ahead of that until we get there. But yeah, there's no concrete missions with titles or anything like that. Like there's not a mission called the sawmill. It's just a picture of the sawmill that shows you if you spawn in there, like that's what you're going to be. That's where you're going to be starting and continuing on. You can see here, this is where I grabbed the repair tool and actually go ahead and fix the mast and get a boat repair. And this one drops the fuel on it twice. So what I've just gone ahead and done is sped this part up. As I mentioned, it's just a lot of traveling in between areas, so it's just no point in showing it because it will take a few minutes of travel, so I just sped that up. I just noticed something in the background there which I didn't notice before when playing. You can see stuff there in the background on the hills. 4 things out there. I'm not even sure what that is. Leave a comment if you do know, though. I'd be curious what people think, what people see. This is me just getting bored of sailing. Just I started moving the wing, but then I as you can see, I adjusted it to pull it back so we didn't hit the building, so I wasn't breaking the boat. Because at this point, I don't know how to refill the repair tool, so I don't want to bust it up too much. Then we're just sailing a bit more, and this is, as you can see, this part's a bit longer than the last one I found. But now we've hit our next area, and as I spotted it, I tried to get on retracting the mast, but I didn't make it in time, and you can see we busted it up again a little bit. But now we're just drifting into the area, and then we can work on this this train area, as I'll call it, the train yard. So we're just about to stop. As you can see in the bottom right coming into focus, there's a, I'm not sure exactly if that's maybe one of the carts on a train or something, which would be fitting because we are at the train yard area, but it's going to stop us. And what the takeaway here is, we can't lift the mast to move forward, so we need to kind of try and find a solution to get this move somehow and continue on. So we're going to grab this floating platform and we're just going to move it forward. I got a little too pumped up there and getting ready to move on. So we're going to jump over here. And we can't really go through here because there's a ladder right there, so you just got to dive right underneath the ladder, come up the other side and climb in. And this is where we start getting experience with gas. So this is a gas canister right in front of us. And you can see that symbol telling us to go to the left here. So you grab the canister, you go up to that tank, and you press the action button. And then now that the gas is full, we're going to hit the button above us, which lights the coals. And if you know anything about building fires, fires need a couple components. And one of the key components to a fire is oxygen. So we're jumping on this just to start pumping oxygen into the fire to get everything moving, which we'll be doing a lot in this game. So just a bit of background behind that. And now what we're going to do is we need to get this train cart moving. So I'm going to climb up here. I'm going to go up top. And there's a bunch of items here. Just looks like trash and whatnot right now. These are going to be more fuel items. So you want to make sure you grab all of these. This was just convenient to get them moving quicker. You can attach them to those cables, press the button, and it'll move one at a time. I had to do 3 of them for me, and then I just ran over with the 4th one. And now they're all in the train cart there. We only need to grab one. I grabbed the gas canister and filled it up. You're going to want to push this lever to the right to make the train cart move to the right, because it can go in either direction. So we're going to pick the right direction. We're going to start the fire up again and get it moving to the right. And you can see how strong the fire is, not just by the visuals, but there's that little gauge above it that's got kind of a red arrow pointing up. Once it gets to the far right, the fire is in full force. And we're not going too far to the right, so you can see I climbed up to the top here. I'm going to wait till we attach ourselves to another cart that's on the right here. If you look in the bottom right, you can see it snap into place, and then I'm immediately changing directions to the left to pull this train cart with us, and I'm going to get the fire going some more. If you do it quickly and efficiently like this, like I did, I only needed to use one fuel to get it to the right, to get the cart and go back to the left. So I'm just watching the gauge above the fire and just pumping oxygen to it every once in a while, just to make sure we're going at full speed. And you can see the gas is dropping as well. The gas is just to our left. The gas bar, you can see how full it is. It's getting pretty low. So you just put a whole thing of gas to get to the right and then back to the left. So what I'm going ahead and doing is I'm bringing the trash to the right. We're going to need to grab everything and bring it to the right, because we're going to need this fuel for our ship as well, which you'll see why in a moment. And we're going to press this button. You can press it before, but it doesn't do anything, because there's actually the hole under the button here that allows that object to go through. And we're attaching something to the ship, which I'll explain in a second. But now I'm just grabbing all those pieces of trash and trying to be careful not to fall off the ledge. If you do fall off, I got lucky there. I got caught on a lip or something. I couldn't get back up. The platform I initially dragged to get us onto that cart to raise us up, which would be up in the air now. The sort of elevator cart that we used, so I don't even, like, there'd be no way getting it back down, so you'd be out of luck. So I had to just restart this whole mission just to get all these pieces of trash. And you'll see why in a second. I'm not sure how far we'd get without it, but it's pretty essential to have a lot of this garbage. So we're just pushing more and more in. And you can see it's all gone from the train, but I'm trying to continue on. And I do have a bit of trouble with ladders, as you can see here. But there's 2 pieces of trash in the bottom left that I wanted to go and make sure I grabbed as well. I don't know why I struggle with ladders so much, as you can see, but we're just making our way with all the trash. Going to get the final piece of trash and bring it with us. And I believe what I forgot to mention is there's an achievement here, and there was one that you would have gotten as well. When we put the gasoline into this train and we started it up to move it, that would have got you an achievement called Fireman for loading the firebox and lighting the train engine. Now what we're doing here is we're going to install the engine module to get the ship going, which I will show you more in another guide. And we'll progress on with our walkthrough. Good luck.